Welcome to Grumpy Chef Dave's Kitchen. Hot chocolate pudding. As always, remember to subscribe on YouTube, helps me enormously. This is an adaptation of a pound cake recipe. Not that many ingredients, simple to prepare, no fuss. Make sure you always, when you're making cakes, double sieve your flour and cocoa powder and other dry ingredients, except for the sugar. If you're using baking powder, that has to be sieved. There's nothing worse than getting little lumps of fizzy tasting baking powder, and the product doesn't rise properly if the baking powder isn't distributed well enough. I'm using a paddle to mix at high speed, starting off at low speed, but at high speed, the sugar and the egg together. I'm using whole egg. You could use egg yolks and whole egg if you wanted a richer product. After mixing the egg and sugar for about 3 minutes, I throw in half the flour and all the cocoa powder. Start it off slowly and then speed it up. I sped it up too fast too soon, so dusted the bench with cocoa powder. Mix this for another 2 to 3 minutes. And then we add the oil to the mix and the remainder of the flour. You can see the dark colour and that we've still got cocoa powder around the edge of the bowl. The key when you're making desserts is to have everything ready to go, so you're not wasting time and so you can let the ingredients do their job properly. Once you use baking powder, you've got a limited amount of time before you bake it. A couple of hours, but it's best in the first half an hour, 20 minutes. Make sure that you scrape the sides and the bottom of your mixing bowl. And you'll need to do this multiple times through the recipe. Mix it for another 2 to 3 minutes. And at a moderate speed. You'll notice now, when you get a closer look at the mixture, that it's shiny and it's a wee bit too thick. So I'm adding a little bit of milk, about a cup of milk. That just loosens the mixture up a little bit and adds a little bit of richness. Okay, so you'll see that's glossy. It's runnier than it was. And that's pretty much ready to serve. But we scrape down the sides of the bowl and then mix it up a little bit more. I can't stress enough that you need to scrape the sides of the bowl at least 3 times. You don't want to waste anything, so remove all of the batter from the beater. Then pour your mixture in. The cake mix should pour. And just look at how glossy and rich that looks. It's incredibly simple recipe, but satisfying to make. It smells amazing when it's baking. Again, don't waste anything, so scrape the scraper off. Then we bake this 165 degrees for 40 minutes with a little bowl of water in the bottom of the oven to maintain the moisture. Enjoy.